Hey everybody, this is National Director Ray Hendrickson. We're going to be going live in just a few more minutes. We're just queuing Mr. Merecco Turner up as we prepare to launch our call. So please stand by. We can hear you loud and clear.
Welcome to Tenacious Thursday. Who else do we have on the call today? We're going to be getting started in just a few short moments. We're going to be starting here in just a few short moments. The time now is 12 p.m. Listen, I want to encourage you all to send this message out to as many people as possible. You know, we get on this call not for the sake of ourselves, but for the sake of being able to help someone who's looking to cross over to a different financial vernacular for themselves, who's looking to really put some food on the table, put some money in their pockets, in their bank account, and really move towards a better life for themselves. I know that money isn't the tell-all end of every story, but it sure is up there with oxygen. And with oxygen, you can't breathe, you can't live. So without money, you can't live. You can't pay for groceries, you can't pay for private school, you can't pay for your car, gas, you know, the essential things that you need. Money is a means to an end. You know, it is a tool. No matter how you look at it, it is a tool. So we just want to encourage you all to send this information out to as many people as possible. Let them know that we are on this call today. Platinum Senior Vice President Thomas Felder, National Director Ray Hendrickson, and myself. My name is Merecco Turner. I'm a National Director for the awesome and incredible team, TNT. Welcome to Tenacious Thursday. But I'd first like to know who's on the call with us today and where you're calling from. Who's on the line?
This is Robin, a.k.a. DJ The Bank, calling out of Atlanta.
Uh-oh, Robin, DJ The Bank is on the call. I love doing that. Welcome to the call, sis. Who else do we have on today? Get this message out to as many people as possible. Have them dial in, or you can have them log on to Facebook Live. Listen, scratch that. Have them just log on to Facebook Live. Have them log on to www.facebook.com/Thomas, THOMAS, Felder, FELDER.77. Have them log on, send some comments, share the page, share this event, this live event that we're doing today. And listen, let's get as many people on this webinar as possible, this live stream as possible. We want to help secure lives. We want to help end poverty. We want to help as many people that will allow us to. God has given us dominion over everything on this entire earth. That means he gave you the power to create anything that you want to create in your life, finances, love, whatever it is. But on this call, we're talking about financial freedom. We're talking about legacy, because legacy is how many lives have been made better because we live. So we want to help you to live a better life. So let's get someone on this call. Get them on this webinar. Get them on this Facebook live stream. We are going in. Today is Tenacious Thursday. I'm so elated and excited because we are about to go to the Nationals next week. We are exactly 6 days away, and I am bubbling. I'm going to burst in just a moment here. But listen, first I'd like to know who's on the call and where are you calling from? Who's on the line?
Mr. Turner, I don't know what everybody's doing, but folks are slow to speak, so I'm going to just jump in here and say a few things because folks need to know that you guys got a group of people who are fighting to make sure you have a pathway, a clear, unfettered pathway to financial independence. So I know we've got about 15 to 20 people on the boards, and we've got people tuning in all over the world through Facebook Live. And I just want you to know that there are literally people who are working on your behalf, even though you may not know all the details, even though you may not know what that looks like, even though you don't have any idea what the variables in the formula will ultimately turn out to be. We are literally working for you to have what it is that you want in this life. But I'm going to tell you something. Success is not for the faint of heart. Success is not for the person who goes along to get along. You got to take Mr. Turner's advice, and he says, don't wait your turn, take your turn. Life is slipping through your fingers while you are waiting for your ship to come in. Put your skivvies on, put your Speedos on, put your bathing suit on, and swim your behinds out to the ship, because it ain't coming to the shore. It's in too deep of water, and you don't have ocean liners that come to the shore. You got to go meet the ocean liner out in deep water because it's too shallow to get to the shore. So this is a call for champions. It is Tenacious Thursday for those of you who eat nails for breakfast, for those of you who wake up to recognize that heaven has given you an opportunity to carve out your niche in life. Create your own avenue. Stop waiting in the toll line. Go through the toll. Pay the price. Cross the bridge, because on the other side, the grass is greener. I know it because we pay for a landscaper to fertilize the lawn. So I'm going to turn it back over to Merecco Turner so that he can get us to the inferno that we need him to get us to. And in the grand scheme of things, you just be ready, because we're about to pour it on nice, thick, rich, and chocolatey. So the floor is yours. Get on the call and act like you got some sense. I'm a little excited. Forgive me. I'm just a little excited.
Thank you, National Director, soon to be Senior Vice President Ray the Sensei Hendrickson. So with that being said, time's 12:05. We're going live now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All callers are muted. This conference is being recorded.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Merecco Turner, and I'm a National Director for the awesome and incredible team called TNT. I want to welcome you to Tenacious Thursday. Welcome to the call, everyone. Listen, if this is your first time logging on the call with us or on Facebook Live, let me encourage you to do a couple of things. I first want to encourage you to send this call out to someone. Send send the information out. Listen, you're not helping anyone by just being on the call yourself. If you really want to help someone, get them on this call. Have them call 641-715-3670, access code 885-200#, or have them log on to Facebook Live at facebook.com/Thomas, THOMAS, Felder, FELDER.77. We are here for you. We are here to help you move your life to a better financial endeavor. We're here for financial freedom. We don't do this just to hear ourselves talk or see ourselves on a video camera and look at ourselves. We're doing this because we really want to change the face of America, the face of the world. We want to help as many families put more food on the table, put gas in your car. Listen, just have the means to an end. Have the income that you need to live a better life. Listen, you cannot live in lack. Listen closely. You cannot live in lack. You know what that means? That means that if you have not, you can't do something. So we're asking you to get as many family members and friends on this call, on this live stream. My name is Merecco Turner. I'm a National Director for the awesome and incredible team TNT. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the Facebook series today. Welcome to our new live Lunch and Learn. Listen, many of you all know who have been on this call before, a little bit about my life. You know that I spent a lot of time in the music business. I was raised by a single parent. My mother raised me by herself. I had other family members around me, but for the majority of my life, my mother is the person who instilled all the values and qualities for life that I would need to have. And the one thing I learned from my mother is teamwork. Earlier, National Director Ray Hendrickson was talking about how we get on this call and how we're pouring into you, and we're here to uplift humanity. It takes a lot of teamwork to get that done. And someone once told me that team stood for together, everyone achieves more. Think about that. Together, everyone achieves more. When I think about that, It makes me think about the team of people that I have around me. It makes me think about being in an R&B group back in the day when I was signed to Heavy D. It makes me think about the production camp that I used to work with when I was working as a songwriter and producer. It makes me think about the team of people that I work with right now and the difference in the together everyone achieves more. See, in order to be a team, you have to have a certain mindset. You first have to have the mindset that it's not just all about you. It's not just all about me. It's about everyone. It's about the team. Because if we stick together, how much further can we go? We can go as far as we want to go. If we just stick together, how much better will we be as a unit? Today, I was speaking to someone, and they asked me a question about a song, maybe a song that my mother and I used to sing together when I was a child. And I told them the song that we used to sing together was a song called Solid as a Rock by Ashford and Simpson. And I remember my mother playing this record over and over and over when I literally sang this song to each other. I would sing the male part, my mother would sing the female part, Valerie Simpson's part, and I just remember always thinking of unity when we sang this song together. I always remember my mother holding my hand so tight that she was letting me know through her hands and her energy and her spirit that no matter what, as long as we were a team, as long as we stuck together, no one could break us. We would be solid as a rock. And it just wasn't about me and my mother. It was about everyone. She wanted to spread this information, this love, this way of thinking to everyone, not just me, not just her, not just our immediate household. She expressed that to people at her job, people at her school when she went to go back to school to become a nurse, people that she would come into contact with. It was nothing for my mother to help a stranger, to help someone in the family, to help someone who was in need. She believed in the power of unity. She believed in the power of togetherness for everyone. And it was all about the achievement of it, the achievement of helping someone, helping them to achieve a long-time dream that maybe they had. My mother would speak words of encouragement to friends and family members and some of my friends that I went to school with. I remember kids used to come to my house just to speak to my mother because she had so many great things to say. My mother did a great deal of things as a teenager, traveling the world to Paris and Milan and all these great places, and became a model. And she would always tell me, when I was modeling, son, she said, me and the other models, we would stick together like glue. We were in a foreign country that we really didn't speak the language. If we spoke some of the language, it was very little to none. And she said we stuck together because we understood that together everyone would achieve more. So when one person was going out for a part or something, they would tell the other person and they would pull them along. And if one person was short on money, they would come together and put in $20 each or whatever it took, just so the other person could have some achievement along with the team. She understood that together, everyone achieves more. The reason we get on this call every day, Monday through Friday, is so that we can give you more of what God has given us to be successful. We want to help empower you with the tools that you will need to achieve more. But understand this, together, everyone achieves more. Who's in your circle of influence? Who's on your business team? Who's in your household? I was always taught that charity starts at home. Truth be told, I truly believe that. I believe that when you learn how to serve others and you learn to give more it becomes second nature to you. It's simple. It's like breathing. You give and you give and you give and you give. And then you come together as a conglomerate, as a unit, as a team, so that you all may get across the hurdles together. And so somebody falls back, you reach out to pick them up and to help them up, because together everyone achieves more. When I was introduced to this business team a year and 6 months ago, my good friend, scratch that, my great friend, National Director Ray Hendrickson, he threw me the lifeline that I had been looking for so many years. And that lifeline was I just wanted someone to believe in me. I believed in myself, don't get me wrong, greatly. But I just wanted a group of people who thought like I thought, who ran like I ran, who worked as hard as I did, if not harder, and who just wanted to be a unit. No jealousy, no animosity, no envy, no anger, just love. I just wanted a group of people who would help me get across the finish line so that I could turn I just wanted to be able to give more of myself. I just wanted a team of people who would see my gifts, my talents, and my efforts and say, Merecco, we're here to help you. We're going to help you get across the finish line. So that's why we're on this call today. My friend, my brother, my sister, even my foes, which I don't have any, but if I had some, even my foes, I want to help you achieve greatness in your life. We want to see you succeed. We want you to feed your family. We want you to have more than enough, because your cup should be running over with abundance. I have the privilege of working with two fine young men who give their all. They give it, and they give everything, all or nothing. They serve, and it's rubbed off on me. I was always a server, always a giver, but it's rubbed off on me so much that I look to give every second of the day. I look to serve every second of the day. And so today, being that we are a team, we are building a nation of people who will not live in poverty, not live in lack, so that you will have more, because together everyone achieves more. So I want to introduce you to the gentleman who first threw me the lifeline that I so needed. He's someone I have a tremendous amount of respect for. This gentleman knows 100% of what it takes to succeed in business. He's had a lot of success in a very short period of time, and he literally spends his days helping people just like you and I earn above average income, and I'm so glad to call him my friend. I introduce to you all top producing, top training in all of network marketing, my friend, my brother, and my teammate, National Director, soon to be Senior Vice President, Mr. Ray, the Sensei Hendrickson. So on the line.
I am on the line, Mr. Turner. I hope this message finds you all in good health and great spirits. I'm going to show you guys around what we've been doing. I'm still here at Platinum Senior Vice President Thomas Felder's home. And this is the table we've been working at. And I appreciate Mr. Turner for laying it all out. It is broken and smoking. But look, a table full of laptops. There's one laptop over there. There's one laptop over here. There's my laptop right here. There's another laptop right here. There's a cinema-style professional camera. That camera is $3,800. We've got speakers out. We've got wires everywhere. Look, what I'm saying to you guys is that we are fixated on getting to the other side. We are literally working and working and working and working. Now I'm sitting down here working it out. Maestro is actually upstairs. I don't know if you guys can see me. Let me see if I can turn this around. So manage it all. And so I'm just going to ask you to bear with me for just a second. So I'm sitting here at the desk, and I think you guys can see that. What's happening, Facebook family? I'm excited. Next week, this time, I'll be in St. Louis. I've never been to St. Louis before except driving through. We drove from Maryland to Kansas City, Missouri, and then back to Maryland, and we happened to drive through St. Louis. But I'm truly, truly excited. If I could show you what was going on in my laptop, I think you would be duly impressed. You're talking about pages and pages and pages of notes. We rolled out a whole program to get money out of the way for a lot of you who are on the team who are looking to get to St. Louis. And so we decided to take all of the excuses off the table. We understand that everybody has life situations. We understand that your job won't let you get to the national, and you got babysitting issues, and your spouse won't cooperate, and you've got a thorn in your side, and you jam your toe against the edge of the bed. We know there's a whole lot of reasons why you shouldn't go. You only need one reason to go, and that one reason has to be so big that nothing is going to keep you from getting to the other side. And so what is that thing? Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's the fact that you came up hard and you watched your parents struggle all their lives and you'd like to give them some measure of compensation for all the years of sacrifice. Maybe you are just tired of being sick and tired. I don't know what your circumstances are. I can tell you what mine are. Many of you who tune into this call, you guys know that it's my children. They are my motivation. They are my driving force. You know that I'm working tirelessly to ensure that I could die a wise man, which says Proverbs 13:22 is going to leave an inheritance for his children's children. I don't want my children to have the same financial distresses I've gone through. I don't want them to have the same financial pitfalls I've gone through. I don't want them to have to end every conversation with whether or not we can afford it. I don't want them to make decisions based on the lack of money that they have. I want to do something different. And if it's never been done before, that makes me a pioneer. Are you willing to pay the price to have the reality that you want to pay? Because you are going to do the work. You are going to do the work to make $1 million. The only question you ever have to ask yourself is whether that money goes home with you or it goes home with your employer. You are going to do the work. If it's 40 hours a week for 40 years, for the rest of your life, so that you can in some way, shape, or form finance the corporate jet? Or will that money come home to bless your family? Will you be responsible for building a tree that even if you don't benefit from, your children, your great-grandchildren, and your children after that will be able to enjoy the shade and the fruit thereof? That's what this is all about. And so I want to ask you all a few questions. Number one, do you have a goal? Because if you don't have a goal, you'll fail 100% of the time, and life will give you whatever it decides to give you, and all we do is we go along to get along. We don't complain, or if we do complain, we're never willing to do anything about it, but it's usually because we don't have a goal. We don't have a directive. We don't have a plan of attack to get to that goal, and before too long, statistically, by the time the average person is 40 years old, they've accepted their lack of success, and they have settled into what we call mediocrity. Not me. And I'm hoping that on Tenacious Thursday, you've decided to rekindle that part of you that still says, I can have it. I can make it. I can win. I can be successful. I can live in my dream house. I can drive my dream car. I can go on my dream vacation. As long as you haven't given up that hope, we can rekindle it. All it takes is just a little tiny, teeny, itsy bitsy spark. Let me tell you the power of light. Do you know that if you flash a matchstick, if you light a matchstick, it can be seen 10 football fields away in pitch black darkness? That's the power of light. And so if you've been dormant for all these years, if the dreams that you were massaging around in your brain haven't come to pass, if you haven't given up, all it takes is a little teeny ounce of light. Not even an ounce. I don't know what's smaller than an ounce, but it just takes a little tiny spark. And before too long, ask the people out there in California, a spark can turn into a raging inferno that consumes whole cities. All it takes is a spark. And so today I'm going to ask you, is it too late for you? Have you given up so utterly and completely that no one, never, ever, not never, nowhere can rekindle that spark? I'm going to ask you to just dream with me just for a second. Just for a second. I know we don't get a chance to dream these days. Normally when people say dream, it's because you've been sleeping all night. But I'm going to ask you to dream just a little bit, just a taste. What if If you hear the background noise, I told you we pay for a landscaper. We know the grass is greener. We got a landscaper out there cutting and fertilizing the grass right now. So don't be distracted by the background noise. The grass is greener on the other side. You need to come visit to see what the grass look like. It's like plush. It's just so velvety, carpety. You can lay down. It's just like having a warm breeze flow over your body. Somebody sing you a lullaby. That's what the grass look like. So don't let nobody tell you the grass ain't greener. It sure is, especially when you can pay for somebody to keep it green for you. So now let's dream just for a second. Take a giant step back. Just take a huge step back. Some of you guys have gone through high school. Some of you guys have gone through college. You've paid a lot of money to go through college. And on the other end, you've got this giant debt, or maybe you were even able to pay for it and completely debt free. You got a little piece of paper that says now you can conquer the world. But then corporate America says you can't conquer the world because you don't have any experience to conquer the world. And 78% of the people who graduate never find jobs in their field of endeavor. But that's not my point. Here's what I want to ask. What did it cost you to go to school? What did it cost you? How much did you have to pay? How many times did the church basket have to be passed around because you couldn't take your final simply because you were in the rears? How many times did that happen? How many times did your distant uncle have to send you a blessing long before your birthday because you needed to get help to get through school financially? I'm going to ask you a question. Let's say it cost you $20,000 to get through school, or $50,000 or $100,000 or $150,000 or $200,000, and today you haven't even been able to make that much back. Let me ask you a question. Would it be a good idea if you could take that same 20, 30, 50, 100,000 and invested it into Apple back then? Where would you be today? Would you be in the same financial situation you're in right now? Yes or no? What if you took that 150,000 and invested it into Microsoft or some pharmaceutical company? Would you be in the financial position you're in right now or no? How is it that Warren Buffett averages $22 million a day and the rest of us are trying to make $1 out of 15 cents? When you look in our bank accounts, there's not even 2 nickels to rub together. So what I want to ask you is, the system that you have subscribed to, somebody ought to write this down. The system that you have subscribed to. Subscribe means you've accepted the rules, the regulations. You holistically got involved in that system because you believe that system was going to do something for your situation. Somebody's going to get this before too long. It is Tenacious Thursday. I know this sounds like a Freedom Friday kind of conversation, but today is Tenacious Thursday, and it's for the tenacious in you. Remember that little spark. I'm just trying to find a way to kindle that little spark. And maybe through a conversation like this, no holds barred, completely transparent, take all your clothes off, stand in front of the mirror, just the unrelenting truth. Maybe I can find a way to rekindle that little part of you that is compelling you to live the life you were born to live and that heaven expects you to have. Wouldn't it be great if you could have taken all that time, effort, energy, and money and invested it into a different system, but a system that historically generates success? Man, I'm going to listen to this video after it's played myself. This is just good stuff. If the system that you subscribe to is not historically proven to create success, you need a different system. And if y'all don't get anything else I say to you today, it's the system that will determine your success. So now, long after I got out of college many years ago when 20 grand was a whole lot of money to owe. It was an awful lot of money. Nowadays, 20,000 is a semester for some people. When I graduated college, $1 could still buy you a bunch of stuff. You could still buy penny candy. I don't even think they had that no more. Now, when I got out of college, they still had horse and buggies, and they were trying to work on the internal combustion engine. I'm just playing a joke. But in the grand scheme of things, it was a little while ago. When I got out of college, I recognized shortly after I left school that 78% of the people who graduate never find jobs in their field of study. Never. Isn't that a way of your government admitting to you that many of us have wasted our time, our effort, our money, and the monies that mom and dad and everybody who loved us sacrificed so that we could get through school. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm an advocate of education. However, the education I'm an advocate for is the kind of education that allows you to get where you want to go. Now, if 78% of the people who actually graduate never find jobs in their field of study, then the system that we have subscribed to is not designed to help you succeed. Therefore, you're going to need a different system. That's what this conversation is all about. If the system that you're under is not designed to help you win, I submit to you, not only are we living a lie, but we got to change the system. So now, you've got a multiplicity of systems here in the United States. How do you choose the right one? Here's what my intelligent mind tells me. Ray, if you want to be financially independent, why not get involved in a system that has historically created a bunch of success? More importantly, wouldn't it make sense to get involved in a system that historically has had more success than any other system? If your goal is to win, if your goal is to become financially independent, if your goal is to get to the other side of money, if your goal is to live comfortably, if your goal is to pay off all your debts so that you can live debt free, if your goal is to pay for the house without ever having to take a $100,000 house and after 30 years having paid out $500,000, if your goal is to feed your children healthy organic food that comes right out of the ground, or food stuffs that you buy off the shelves of the supermarket, if your goal is to fund your children's trust fund, even though you ain't got no children's children, you're going to need a different system, because the system that we currently subscribe to is not designed to help you accomplish not one of those simple tasks that you have in mind. And so when I was looking, it just made sense to me, ladies and gentlemen, to get involved in an industry or system that has created more millionaires than any other industry in the history of the world. That system is called network marketing. Now, I know some of you consider that a 4-letter word. I'm offended that you would even suggest that. Well, listen, you don't have to take my word for it. All you got to do is have the intellect and courage enough to go look it up. The last 10,000 millionaires, ladies and gentlemen, didn't come out of the industry that you and I worked in or got laid off from. It came out of network marketing. The next 10,000 millionaires are not forecasted to come out of the industry that you and I have worked in or been laid off from. Network marketing. And so you've got people who are experts at creating wealth, like Robert Kiyosaki, Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, even Bill Gates, who is recorded as saying, if I ever have to build a financial empire again, I'm using network marketing. And even though you may not care for Donald Trump's politics, in spite of his silly self, he's still an expert at making millions and millions of dollars, and he too subscribes to network marketing. So what do these men and women have in common? Aside from the fact that they are experts at making millions of dollars, they all subscribe to this system. Now, having said that, under the umbrella of network marketing, you have 4,200 choices in America alone, 12,500 globally. How do you choose the right one? Because that becomes the tail of the tape. That becomes the challenge. How do you choose between 4,200 choices the right opportunity? I'm going to tell you. You got to find a company at the right time. You got to find the right company that markets the right products and services, and you got to get connected to the right people. Let me say that again. The 4 variables that you need, and I learned this over 20 years of experience in this system. You've got to find the right company at the right time, marketing the right products and services, and you got to get associated with the right people. If you can do that, your success is imminent. Far more than possible. It's inevitable. And so we chose 5 Links Enterprises. Let me tell you why. Because it was the right company. Well, how do you know it's the right company? I'm intelligent. I can look some stuff up. And so I did some preliminary research. Yes, a friend of mine introduced me, and that was the first introduction, but I wanted to have an intelligent response as to why I would decide to make this decision. And so I did some research on my own. Now, if you're going to do some research, and I encourage that you do, did you know that Google is a search engine and not a research engine? If you're going to look up, if you're going to do some research, if you're going to investigate, let me strongly encourage you to use credible sources. So let me tell you what I did. I went and checked with the Better Business Bureau. Did you know 5 Links Enterprises has an A+ credit rating with the Better Business Bureau? Do you know they're governance sanctioned by the Federal Trade Commission in good standing? Do you know they've been featured in just about every major business magazine that comes across the newsstand, to include the Wall Street Journal, MSNBC News, Your Business at Home magazine 4 times, Success from Home magazine 5 times, Inc. 500 5000, a record-shattering 9 times. Let me tell you why that's important. Inc. 500 5000 lists the nation's fastest growing privately held companies. Do you know there are 27.5 million privately held companies in these here United States? We're in the top 5,000. That's in the top 0.5% of significant success as a privately held company. And we've done it not once, not twice, 9 times. The only other company that has done that on North American soil is Microsoft. Microsoft. So are we in good company, or are we in good company? In addition to that, we're the #1 corporate business entity in Rochester, New York, which is in the northeast corridor of the United States. We beat out companies like Xerox, Paychex, and Bausch & Lomb. So you may look on Google, you may not find that information. You want to check with credible sources. When I took a look at this company, they were already a $150 million debt-free company. When I took a look at this company, they had already achieved a significant amount of success. So I knew it was the right company. I just needed to find out if it was the right time, because the right company at the wrong time does not equate to success. And remember, you got to first subscribe to a system that historically produces success, and then you've got to find the right variables to fit into the equation that would ensure you have success. So we got the right company, but is it the right time? Well, let's see. We got started in 2001. Why is that important for you and I? Well, because the average business goes out of business in 3 to 5 years. And if the average business goes out of business in 3 to 5 years, if I got started in 2001, I might risk whether or not they'd be in business long term. Well, they've been in business since 2001. How many is that? 16 minus 1 is 15. That's 15 years we've been around. We've blown past the new business blues. Shoo! Broke a whole lot of records. And so we're still a ground floor opportunity. But because we've worked out the kinks, we're no longer a startup. We're not a mom and pop operation. All there is to do is go up. Ground floor, which means there's plenty of opportunity above, and it's turnkey, which means all you got to do is get in, turn the key, and drive. In addition to that, we pay out in stock options. And if you don't know this, a lot of business owners that I talk to usually sit up and pay attention when we talk about stock options. Stock options make people wealthy overnight. It's the reason that some of the secretaries and janitors in Microsoft became some of the wealthiest people in America when Microsoft went public, because of stock options. It's an equity stake in the company and a form of compensation. We get paid in stock options. I want to get paid in stock options. Don't you want to get paid in stock options? People who are important to their company get paid in stock options. Do you get paid in stock options at your firm? If you don't get paid at your stock options, they are slowly writing you out of the corporate agenda. So it's the right company at the right time. Number 1, we got started in 2001. Number 2, we pay out in stock options. But number 3, the third reason why it's the right time is because we're just beginning our international expansion. Did you know that the best time to position yourself in a company like ours is before they have an international expansion completely full? In fact, we've expanded into Canada, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. In fact, the very first Latina
platinum senior vice president in the history of our firm, is on Facebook Live right now. Hi, Digna. Good to see you. And so she's sitting on top of a significant amount of income coming out of the Latin market. She's brilliant. Aside from being hugely successful in corporate America, she thought, if I'm making 3 cents to 10 cents for every dollar I earn for the corporation, how do I change that? She decided to change the system. And now she out-earns many CEOs. Big up to Digna De Leon Morris. We'll see you in St. Louis. So we need to take a page out of her book. So we got the right company at the right time, but then we got to determine if they move the right products and services. There are 4,200 choices here in the United States, and they all market all manner of things, and I'm sure they're all great. But I don't know if I can make $1 million selling glow-in-the-dark hula hoops. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can make $1 million selling, anti-gravity NASA-designed space bras. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could design, a formula that will allow me to make $1 million selling cellulite cream. I don't know if I could do that. But I do know that every one of you use essential services. What's an essential service? Let me give you an example. Cable, internet, home phone, cell phone, gas, electricity, home heating oil, health insurance, home security. Those are 9 services, 8 of which the average consumer considers essential, which simply means they will pay those bills even if they lose their jobs. And no matter what happens in the national economy, you're going to keep the heat on in the winter. And if you don't have an AC, you're going to stand in front of the fan after spritzing yourself. That's just how we operate. You're going to keep the light on in the refrigerator even if there's no food inside. So now the difference between a non-essential item and an essential item is if you tap into an industry that markets essential services, then you have, in essence, designed a income-producing platform that will pay you for the rest of your life. That makes sense to me. In other words, you earn residual income. And residual income, ladies and gentlemen, is the only way known to man to create, sustain, and perpetuate wealth. It's the reason that Michael Jackson made more money last year than in any single year he was alive. Now, let me ask you a question. As hard as you work, you get up at 6 o'clock to get to work at 9 o'clock. Don't ever let nobody tell you you got a 9-to-5 job. If it was 9 to 5, what you getting up at 6 o'clock for? Don't forget to consider the amount of time you got to take to get up, get prepared, get to work all day, then come home. You got more like a 12, 14-hour day, just in case you were wondering. But you don't get paid for the work you did last week. You get paid for the work you did this week. How does a dead guy who's been decomposing for the last 7 years out-earn every one of us on the phone as a collective? He subscribes to a different system. And so I wanted to get paid like Michael Jackson, even though I can't. I wanted to figure out how can I set this up so that long after I'm gone, my children could benefit from it. Residual income. This industry allows average people like you and I who maybe can't catch a ball, who maybe can't act except act up, and who maybe can't perform or sing a song to earn like they do. And so we subscribe to the system because no matter what your background is, you can create whatever future you design. We've helped corporate attorneys make $1 million incomes. We've helped bus drivers make $1 million incomes. We've helped convicted felons become financially independent. Surely you fall somewhere in the spectrum. And if we can help them, we can certainly help you too. So listen, I know I haven't given you enough information to make a decision. That wasn't even my objective. My objective was to paint in general strokes a little bit about our opportunity. You need to see exactly what we do. You need to see exactly how we do it. And you certainly need to see exactly how we get paid. And so I'm going to encourage you to take a look at this video. Go to www.5LINX as in X-ray, PAYS as in Sally, M as in money, E as in Edward.com. Take a look at the video. Get back to the person who introduced you to this call and let them know I've seen it. I'm interested. What next? And just to add a little more dimension to this truth that we're laying out for you, thick and rich and chocolate, Today, we're in the company of the #1 money-earning platinum senior vice president in the history of our company. He's a former chief attorney for BET Television and was responsible for inking the largest deal in the history of TV media by helping Bob Johnson become one of the 6 African-American billionaires on the planet. He's also the author of a best-selling book called Redefining the American Dream. He's my business coach, he's my mentor, and he's my friend. Help me welcome to the call, Platinum Senior Vice President, soon to be double platinum, Thomas the Maestro Felder. Maestro, are you there?
Yes, I am, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me on. Those of you who are on the phone with us today and those of you who are on Facebook Live or any other device that you're listening or watching on today, we appreciate you and we're thankful that you joined us. I want to take a minute today. I know Ray Hendrickson has done an awesome job going over the business, and you guys are getting all the nutriments that you need to get through your day. But I want to tell you the 4 reasons that people lose. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why they lose. Because I lost for a lot of years for the same reason, and my guess is that many of you who are watching today or listening today are losing. Every day you feel like you are a little bit more behind. Every day you feel like a little bit more like giving up. Every day you feel like things won't change, they haven't changed, and you don't know how to change them. I want to tell you the 4 reasons why people lose, and I promise you when I'm done, I'm going to show you how to win. Is that fair? Is that a sort of analysis of what we need to do? Ray, if you could be so kind, just let that camera follow me. Now, these are the 4 reasons people lose. The #1 reason that people lose, believe it or not, is the inability to say no. Yep. Y'all don't know how to say no. Y'all try to do everything for everybody. You try to please everybody except for yourself. Somebody asks you to watch their kids, you're going to watch their kids. Somebody asks you to braid their hair, you're going to braid their hair. Somebody tell you to go to Zumba with them after you come back from Bally's, after you come back from being on the PTA and the church board. You try to do everything. You try to please everybody. And at the end of the day, you've got absolutely, positively nothing done for yourself. Nothing. I know you want to save the world. I know you want to be the guy with the cape and the S on your chest and the long boots and the little magic band on your arm. I got you. But here's what the deal is. 1/2 of knowing what you want will require you to say no 1,000 times to the things that you don't want. I don't want to be your proverbial babysitter. A lot of my friends know that I'm home all day and I work from home and I don't have to go to a job, and rush hour for me means coming down the stairs where my kids are going up. And they think they want to bring their kids over and I'm going to be a perpetual babysitter because I'm home. No sirree, Bob. There are a lot of things that I can't do because if I do them, I'll never get to where I want to be. A lot of times people ask me for money. And don't you know, I wish I could give everybody who asked me for the money. But then I said to myself, if I gave everybody the money that they asked for, when I ran into people who really needed it, who really had an emergency, who I really needed to help, and even one day need to help myself, I'll never be able to do it. You just got to think about that. I've got to be selfish in some ways so I can be benevolent in others. Same too with yourself. A lot of times in this business, people want me to do everything. Like because they know I've been successful at 5 Links, they want me to do thigh cream. Or they want me to do the coffee thing, or they want me to do the exercise network marketing, or the weight belt thing, or you know the yo-yo that lights up at night thing. I understand, but sometimes people spread themselves out so thick that they can't be effective anywhere. They say a dog who chases 2 rabbits, a dog who chases 2 rabbits will end up with no rabbit. Are you with me? So stop chasing all the rabbits that are running around and learn to focus yourself. Be like a laser beam and focus. My cousin-in-law says that you just got to be like a postage stamp. Stick until you get to where you're going. Are you with me? That is the #1 thing. The inability to say no. So learn to say no more to the things that you don't want and say yes to the things that you do. The second reason that people fail or why they lose is the fear of chaos. The fear of chaos. You are afraid of not being in control of everything, to have everything right at the same time. You want to join a business like this if I can guarantee you that you're going to make $1,000 a week 4 weeks into the business. You want everything to be documented. You want to ask me how many other people are millionaires. You want to know how long it took them, exactly what they did. You want a formula to the T where you can't even sort of risk anything. You want no risk, but you want all the reward. You're probably the same kind of person that want to go to heaven but don't want to die. It's my guess. So I want to tell you that eagles have mastered this fear of chaos. Eagles. Like, so with the mother eagle, what she does when she has a baby eaglet in the nest, she tries to push him out for him to fly. And she'll give him one chance out of the nest. She'll push him out. And if that baby eagle gets out of the nest, and he won't flap his wings because he's so comfortable. He's afraid of chaos. He loves the nest. The nest is safe. The nest is comfortable. He knows the nest like the back of his hand. He doesn't want to leave it, just like you on that job for 40 years, who are afraid to try something new. And the mother will push him out. She'll let him fall a little bit, and she'll catch him. She'll push him out again. She'll let him fall a little while, and she'll catch him. She's trying to see if he'll flap his wings. Don't you know that's what God is doing when he gives you a pink slip? He's checking to see if you're going to flap your wings. Don't you know every once in a while when you lose a friend that's been carrying you and has been a crutch for you, or a relationship goes awry, God is checking you out to see if you're willing to flap your wings, just like the mother eagle. But guess what? The mother eagle eventually starts to tear up the nest. She rips it completely apart. So now the baby has no choice. The baby has either got to fly or die. And that's what happens in this business. Nobody wants to sort of go through the experience, but you got to understand that you need a little bit of faith in this business. Just because you've never seen it happen for you personally, we have over 35 multimillionaires in our business, and many of them look like you. What's the next thing that we got to do? We got to deal with our health. What does it matter if you're rich? What does it matter if you got a Bentley in a house that's 10,000 square feet and Gucci's and Louis and all of that kind of stuff and money in the bank and you got poor health? Some things you got to get in order. You got to get your food in order. Some of y'all are still eating red meat, still eating pork, still eating shrimp and catfish. Don't eat something that their diet is dead stuff. Don't eat something that their diet is waste. Right? Get your food in order. I'm not saying you got to be like me and be vegetarian. I'm not saying you got to be like me and try to go vegan, but you got to get that food situation in order. If something says GMO on it, stop eating it. It means it is genetically modified food. It means that it is designed to change you from the inside out. If you buy something and it doesn't have a seed, you can't eat it. God intended food to have seeds in it. The next thing you got to do is drink a lot of water. And then you got to even do right things in moderation. That means in the middle of the night when you come home, you got to have the discipline to not sit there and just eat a bucket of something just because it's healthy. Are you with me? Do it in moderation. Have the discipline to not eat too much. And then you got to exercise. I don't care how much not eating you do. You can eat air wafers and cream puffs, but eventually you got to exercise. You got to break a sweat. I'm going to challenge y'all. Y'all know that I just started doing Zumba, and I'm going to do it until the Zumba teacher quits. I'm not a quitter. I didn't want to go on the first day. I hated it. But now that I'm in, I can never stop. I'm the kind of person that once I put my hand to the task, I'm going to finish the task at hand, right? And then you got to worship. You got to worship. I know they tricked you to believe that yoga and Tai Chi and karate and whatever else you think is sort of helping you meditate is going to take the place of the Almighty God. I'm going to tell you, you can Zumba and yoga yourself until you're a pretzel, but understand worship has got to be part of success. When you put God first, everything else falls in line. So worship has got to be important. The next thing you got to remember is you got to forgive people. Some of y'all are holding grudges from 3rd grade. You're still mad at your daddy for something that he did 19 years ago. You know, Beyonce says that the highest form of love is forgiveness. And forgiveness means that I give up my right to hurt you for hurting me. Forgiveness is causing some of y'all to have so many internal body issues. So start to forgive people, and then you got to take care of your stress. I love this business because when you got some money coming in, it takes away some stress. Don't ever let people say something dumb to you like money don't fix stuff. Money does fix stuff. Money fixes a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, in the Bible, it says money answereth all things. Only time money becomes a problem is when you put it in front of God. All I want money for is to fix everything that money can fix. Are you with me? Just let it fix all them problems. I'll deal with the rest of them, me and God, together. But let money fix everything that it can fix. Let it serve a purpose. It is nothing more than a tool. The last thing I want to talk to you about is your environment. Some of y'all are in an unhealthy environment. You know it. I know it. Your friends know it. Your mama knows it. You are in a job that is stifling you. You're in a relationship that's strangling you. You are in an unhealthy environment. It's just like taking a plant and put it in rotten soil. In dangerous soil is not going to make it. If you take a fish and you put him in dirty water, sure as day, he's going to die. Some of y'all are in toxic environments. If you are in an environment where the people who you lean on and that you call friends and family are always telling you you can't make it, or always giving you some reason that you're going to be like your uncle what's his name or your auntie what's his name and you ain't no good, that is called a toxic environment. You cannot thrive there. You can't put a seed in bad soil and expect good fruit. It ain't going to happen. So in your environment, if it doesn't support your dreams and your goals, you need to find another environment. That is one of the reasons that I am inviting all of you down to St. Louis. We're going to be in St. Louis, Missouri. We're going to be there on the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st in St. Louis. And we are having a company-wide national event where we do self-improvement. We do self-edification. We do a whole lot of stuff to get ourselves in a better mindset. And we do a whole lot of supporting other people. We do a whole lot of praising other people. We do a whole lot of lifting up of other people. Don't you know when you lift up somebody else, the universe now has room for you. It makes space for you. But even beyond the training that we're doing in this business to edify you and to teach you how to train other people, we're doing an 8-hour training event on May 22nd, Sunday, May 22nd. And for the event to be spectacular, we are flying in a guy from Thailand, a 19-hour flight. We're flying in a guy who's one of the 6 people to generate over $1 billion in our industry. $1 billion with a B. I'm flying them in just for you. Nope, the company ain't paying for it. Nope, the government ain't paying for it. Nope, my sister ain't paying for it. My mama ain't paying for it. We cut the check to bring in a guy who's generated $1 billion just for you. All you got to do now is show up. Get to St. Louis. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is if you can't afford it, all you got to do is let me know. Email me, text me, say I want to be there. I want to be at the event. I want to meet a man who has generated $1 billion. Text me or email me. I will give you a plan. Last night we went over a plan for 1 hour and 40 minutes teaching people how not to miss out on opportunity and how money is available if you just ask, seek, and knock. But I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to put real cash in your real hand, right? If you can't make it to St. Louis, even after that event, come to Las Vegas. Come to Las Vegas. For our training events, we normally charge upwards of $70 to $100. And we're going to let anybody who's watching this feed right now be able to affiliate with us and invite people or refer people and get paid for your referral. How can I not teach you how to get paid on your referrals? That's what Ray Hendrickson and I teach you every day. Get paid when you refer somebody. I'm not going to refer you to a movie or a doctor or a lawyer or a barber or anybody who is not in my network. So I'm going to teach you how to get paid on your network. I'm going to teach you how to refer people to something that will help them and benefit you at the same time. Who could ask for anything more? We call that a proverbial win, 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 no matter what. Lastly, I want to say if you are a guest on this call and you joined because I posted something on a public feed or nobody's ever talked to you about this business, and nobody ever told you about opportunity, and nobody ever told you that they can teach you how to make $1,000 a week from the comfort of your home, then this call is for you. If you need a mentor, you need support, you want to learn this business, you want to join this business, here we are. If you're in the business and you need support, here we are. I love to work with you. My phone number is right here. You can text me at 202-409-4456. That's my number. You can text me. Don't call me. Text me. You text me, I'll call you back. I don't want to be on the phone all day. I'm trying to get my time back. Don't want to become a proverbial secretary. Text me. I'll call you back. And I'll text you. I don't have people yet. Right? It's just me. I'll text you. And then my email address is run2diamond, RUN2diamond@gmail.com. You can also check out a full presentation. Some days we do a full presentation, but today we gave you an abbreviated overview. We give you different things on different days. We try to give you what you need when you need it. You can check out a full presentation by going to www.5linkspaysme.com. That's the number 5, LINX as in X-ray, PAYS as in Sam, me, ME.com, 5linkspaysme.com. Listen, I'm going to do what I've been doing for the last few days because, you know, there's some show me the money people on the line, some Reds that say, listen, is it true? Is it true you guys get BMWs for free? Is it true that you guys get $300,000 cars for free? Is it true that y'all travel to Dubai for free and travel to Cancun for free? Is it true? Yeah, it's true. As we end this call today, as we end this training, we're gonna walk you out like we normally do to the good old garage. This is the house. So we're not in a car lot somewhere. I'm not at the dealership. I'm not sort of leaning up against a car that belongs to somebody else and taking a picture with it. You know how they do. Yeah, that's why some of y'all don't think the business is real. Because people that give you so much smoke and so many mirrors, you don't know what you're seeing. You don't know if it's an illusion or what. You don't know if people are sort of faking it till they make it. Some of us have actually made it. But we're not content until we can help more people make it. We're like Harriet Tubman. We can't be free until everybody's free. This is nothing but a garage. It's an ordinary garage. But it holds an extraordinary car. And the car is not why we do the business. This car is just a perk. Did you hear what I said? It's a perk. It's a perk. The car is nothing but a perk. You know, just like at your job where you have a coffee machine and you can get all the free coffee that you want or all the free creamer that you want, this car is nothing but a perk. Trust me. I know, don't worry. Once you got the car, it just means that you got enough money to take care of it and take care of everything else that's important to you. And I just want you guys to have a better opportunity. Give yourself a chance. If this don't work, if for any reason this doesn't work, what's the worst thing that can happen? You just got a chance to go back to what wasn't working before. And this don't cost as much as college, this business opportunity. You can get started in this business for as little as $200 and be running in this business. I've been in this business for 4 years and 4 months. I've spent a grand total of $5,100 in 4 years and 4 months. Average that out over time. I mean, I think it's at least worth the light that's on the Bentley. Maybe a rim. Well, not a rim. Maybe a tire on the car, right? So give yourself a chance. If you want help, we'll help you. We'll give you a program. We'll show you how to be properly launched. And for those of you who want to take a look inside like it's cribs, y'all can come and take a look inside. Those of you who are on the internet, there it is. Come on over. Let's take a ride. It's an awesome car, but it's an even more awesome opportunity. It's an opportunity. We do this call every day, so none of y'all will have any excuse. You can't get down on your knees and pray tomorrow and ask God to sort of take care of a bill or send you a blessing when you have forsaken the blessing that He's giving you right now. If you have been asking, wishing, and praying that God brings something special your way, then what do you think a miracle is? If it's not something that you didn't plan on, right? Some divine intervention caused you to be on this call with each of us today. I thank you guys for being on with me. I appreciate you. I don't take your time for granted. If anybody out there wants to learn how to make $1,000 a week, you got my phone number, you got my email, and now you no longer have any excuses. My name is Thomas Felder, Platinum Senior Vice President for the awesome and incredible team TNT. I look forward to seeing each of you on the beaches of the world, if not at the beach, at the bank. But more importantly than any beach or any bank, I look forward to seeing you guys at the gates of the kingdom. For what would it profit any one of us to gain the whole world and lose our own soul? That's Mark 8:36. Until I meet you and greet you, walk with the King today. This call is officially over. God bless.